starting out with this peach shade from the Morphe 35N palette and just popping that in my crease, and then taking this deeper orangey shade and just putting that in my crease as well, just really blending that, and taking this really nice burnt orange shade on top of that and just adding it into the crease and the outer corner of the eye with a Sigma E35. And I'm just blending away. I'm not worrying about the mess that I'm making underneath my eyes because I'm going to clean that up with a makeup wipe later. So I'm just taking this dark brown shade on a Morphe 443 brush, and I'm just blending that in the outer crease. Just to smoke out the look a little bit, I'm taking just another darker brown shade from the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette and just adding that as well. And then, like I said, I'm cleaning up the eye with a makeup remover wipe and then adding that dark brown I just used just a little bit more onto the outer corner. And then I'm taking this Inglot Shadow and popping that on the inner corner. I'll list everything down below. I just popped on these Wisp It Real Good lashes from Voss and then primed my face with the Baby Skin Pore Perfecting Primer. And then I'm going in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and I'm just taking a Sedona Lace Flat Buffer Brush, and I'm just going to be pressing that into my skin using pressing motions rather than swirling motions because I really want to get the full coverage effect with this foundation. And I'm just using a very light layer so that it looks a little bit more natural. This foundation can look a little heavy if you use too much, so I suggest just putting on a light layer first and then adding on. And then I'm taking this liquid illuminizer by Stila and Kitten and applying that to my cheeks, nose, forehead, and just blending that out with a sponge to give that really nice glow to the skin. And then I'm using this NYX highlight and contour palette. It is, I believe, called a color correcting palette. Anyways, I'm taking the yellow shade from the palette and I'm going to be applying this to the entire triangle area of my under eye, my nose, my forehead, my chin, and also in the middle of my cupid's bow. I am using a lot of product here because I'm going to be blending it out with a damp beauty blender, which, you know, really picks up that excess product. So I know this is a lot of product, you don't have to tell me, but if you want to use less, go for it, use a little bit, that's totally fine, but this is just how I do it for that really nice flawless effect. And using the sponge with it will definitely help to soak up any excess product and then just give your skin a really nice flawless finish. So this is the only concealer that I'm going to use under my eyes. I'm not going to use a highlighter on top of it, so I'm kind of using both in one. And then I'm setting it with my favorite translucent powder, the Mercier translucent powder. And I'm just going to be baking that, if you will. I'm going to be applying excess powder that I will dust away later on. I'm going to do the underneath of my eyes, and this powder will help catch that fallout. So I'm using that same darker burnt orange shade, and I'm going to apply that to the lower lash line and flick it up so that it matches that same wing, and then just blending it out. Applying that Inglot Shadow to the inner corner, and then using a nude eyeliner from Rimmel just to line my waterline. I applied mascara, and now I'm just dusting off that excess powder. And now I'm going to go in with my LA Girl concealer in Almond. I'm going to use this to contour. This does give a very chocolatey look to the skin, but I'm going to be kind of diluting it out, so you'll see my process. So I'm using my Real Techniques brush to just push the product into my skin, and I'm going to be blending it out that way, just in upward motions on my cheekbones, blending up. And I am going to be doing a ton of blending. This is just the first step in my technique for this. So just blending upwards, making sure the product is getting nice and warm and soaking into my skin. And then I'm taking that same sponge, and then that's when I really go in and blend out the edges of that product to make everything nice and seamless. And then once again going in with a clean foundation brush and just further blending everything out, pushing it into the skin, making sure it looks natural. And then I'm going to set the contour with my Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo number 2, and adding a little bit of blush and then popping that highlighter from the same duo on the high points of my face. And then I'm going to be using my favorite nude liquid lipstick from Dose of Colors in the color Sand. It does look super nude when you first apply it, but it dries a little bit darker. I'm not using a lip liner with this, just applying it to the lips. Then I'm going to set my face and then add a little bit of gloss and pop that highlighter in my inner corners, and then I'm all set. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye!